Using the Army-designed methodology, this presentation will create a conceptual plan for Hurricane Maria 1 week after the initial landfall, which took place on September 16, 2017 in Puerto Rico. This plan will address the following: the disastrous situation that Puerto Rico is in, identifying the problem that needs to be fixed, describing our goals, outlining our approach, and explaining the current and future risks that Puerto Rico faces. Puerto Rico is in a state of crisis. The country's infrastructure, including power, medical care, communications, transportation, and access to food and water, has been decimated. Without power, residents cannot cook, do their laundry, refrigerate their food, use computers, and are basically left in the dark. The medical facilities have either been damaged or destroyed. The ones that are working have no power, which limits any medical treatment procedures, some of which are necessary for life. Absent communications, people cannot talk with their loved ones, do their jobs, or even call emergency services. Transportation is necessary to get to work, get to the store for vital supplies, and even up to evacuating a dangerous area. Food and water are critical for life, and to go without these necessities for more than a few weeks would be catastrophic. Before the hurricane, all these parts of Puerto Rico's infrastructure were working and depended on. Now, they are all severely damaged or destroyed. The Army-designed methodology, or ADM, states, there is no one way or prescribed set of steps to employ ADM. There are, however, several activities associated with ADM, including framing an operation environment, framing problems, framing solutions, and reframing when necessary. This helps decision makers to not only understand an event or situation, but helps them understand the differences between the current state of operational environment and the desired end state, or in other words, what we want to see happen. For our problem statement, then, it should be bluntly said, Puerto Rico is in immediate need of international assistance a week after Hurricane Maria, which presents a critical humanitarian and disaster response challenge. There is widespread infrastructure damage and a growing risk to public health and safety due to limited access to essential services. In the operational approach, immediate relief is the priority in the first 4 weeks. We must deploy military and humanitarian aid personnel to provide relief, including food, clean water, medical care, and temporary shelter. Critical infrastructure such as power, water supplies, and transportation must be put back together. We must also reestablish communication systems so that not only emergency workers can communicate with each other, but citizens can get back on with their lives. Lastly, but still very important, is to conduct search and rescue operations as needed. For the next 30 to 180 days, we must not only continue what's being done, but also to start public health campaigns to prevent any outbreak of diseases, rebuild homes and schools, begin to assess and rebuild their agriculture industry so that there isn't a gap in available food sources. On the long-term recovery process, disaster mitigation and resilience plans should begin for building improvements, up-to-date building codes, and or repairing or completely rebuilding damaged structures. A relief fund should be established to maintain financial resources for his long-term projects, especially once the media and the rest of the world begin to focus on other things. Lastly, Puerto Rico should begin collaborating with local, national, and international organizations to develop a functional disaster and recovery plan for future situations. Our overall vision is for Puerto Rico to become a resilient and self-reliant community, capable of effectively responding to and recovering from future disasters. Using the Army-designed methodology, the team should be built around a commander and team leaders, and also a collaborative team to get the job goals done in our operations time deadlines. The lead team members should share workloads, facilitate group discussions, and encourage dialogue. Quoted from Section 2.7 of the ADM, quote, despite rank, service, agency, or the background of team members, the commander and team leader must create an atmosphere where members share ideas, think critically, question assumptions, and challenge ideas without fear. Lastly, Puerto Rico will continue to face future risks to hurricanes, as it is in hurricane-prone Caribbean. The fragile infrastructure of the island makes it susceptible to future damage, posing a continuous risk to essential services and public safety. Financially, the island is challenged, which will also lead to exasperating incidents due to a lack of means to pay for improvements.